Hello there, beautiful soul. Hello there, my beautiful souls. It's been quite a while again. Yes, I've not been posting videos quite frequently because, well, it just felt like a time where it's just meant to be for me and my journey towards self development, towards self healing. I just needed a lot of attention because there were a lot of things coming up. And don't mind my cat playing here with everything that is here. Yeah, it was just very needed. And I feel like all of us are going through this kind of phase from time to time. Yeah, because it's just needed. We just need to figure things out for ourselves too. And especially if we are following a path that is meant for all of us. I told you, don't mind my cat. Let's greet her. This is Lucy. Say hello. Maybe you can hear it. She's purring. Purring. I don't know why I always say that wrong. Yes, now she's here on my leg. Yes. On my arm. You can see her ear right here. Here, you see that? Yes, yes. It's just a time for a lot of inward movement, to go on an inner journey to yourself. At least that's the case for me. I don't know if it's for you, because we all go through different phases at different times in our lives. And I'm also sorry for the circle here, but if I put off my glasses I don't see anything, so yeah. It's probably gonna look a little bit odd because it's at night, so it's very dark. And the lighting I have in this room is very bad, so usually you see those people that have these circles in their eyes, like pupils. Now it looks like it's on my left eye, which is really odd. Yes, but I would say this journey just helped me feel more natural with myself again. I had to go through a lot of pain and migraines and, well, hardships, I would say, and learning lessons that taught me a lot. Like, really, 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 really much. But at the same time, I felt like I'm so stuck. Like those old song repeating in my head, like an old song. Yes. You hear that? She's saying yes. What are you saying? Say something to the camera. Say something to the people. Yes. Most of you might know I have actually two cats. This is my younger one. She's the fluffy one, the one that is very clingy. Crazily clingy. She's been following me around the whole day, just wanting to cuddle, which is even unusual for her. But this is more so her need showing something to me. And as for that, especially our pets, if we don't have kids around us or other humans, are reflecting our inner, I wouldn't say circumstances, but inner, yeah, now I have cat hair in my mouth, thank you. Just the point where we are at right now within, like deep within. For example, my other cat, who used to go outside all the time but had to stop doing that because, of a very mean neighbor that wanted to poison her. She wasn't always mean, no, this neighbor was actually one of the sweetest people I knew. But a lot of things happened that just changed how she was acting, how she was moving through life. She developed a disease over time and kind of lost track towards herself. And so that yeah, it just needed to end. And my other cat was always very loud, meowing, not happy. She was peeing on the floor all the time, like all the time. And she would scratch at the door. She wouldn't understand, and it had to be like that for, well, a long time. I have to think. I don't really remember how long it's been, but it might have been like 10 years. Something like that, I feel like, yes. She was very young when she was an outdoor cat, like I think 2, 3, 4 years old. Now she's almost 12. I don't know, it might be around less than 10, but yeah, or 10, I don't really remember. Yeah, maybe around like 8 to 10 years ago, because she was an outside cat for like 2 years straight. And yeah, I always felt this deep need or longing also within myself, but especially from her. I felt her pain so deeply that it affected me, because I love my cats, and especially the other one means the world to me, because I got her when I was 12 years old, and she helped me through the beginning of depression, the panic attacks, all that had to happen, all the deaths, all the people that deceased, all the problems I had with my family, all the problems I had with communication and with myself especially. Yes, all the losses, the friendships that weren't real friendships, the things that I held against myself. She was there all the time, and she taught me how to let love in again, because I got so closed off that I mostly just was in my room as a kid. And she helped me to feel safe when hugging someone, when saying I love you. But also this pretty lady here, who is now 7. No, wait, she will be turning 8, but now she's 7, yes. She helped me a lot because she was really clingy, and at that time I needed that warmth, because she was very young when she came to me. I had to rescue her. And well, she was a baby. She was only 3 months or something like that, which is not at the actual, age you get most of your cats. Usually they stay with their mother until they're 6 months old, but she wasn't. She was young, she had parasites, and she wouldn't leave my side when I got her. It was a really special day, because it was my first time going out with my friends when I was like 15 or 16. It was horrible, really, for me. Like, I didn't feel like this deep connection. No, not at all. It was just very loud. You couldn't talk with people. Like, my first experience was really horrible. All of the people drinking, and just it felt like they're not really there. And I always craved deep connection, like kind of fun, but also was really emotionally closed off because of my depression that was at its highest then. Or better said, coming from the mountain's top a little bit down, where it's gonna get more balanced, but it was really the phase of just getting out of it, because I had depression. Like, it probably began before I started turning into a teenager, if you could say it so like that. I would say it started slowly, when I was 10 years, it just built itself through everything. And the more I closed myself up, the more that happened, the more I saw certain things, like especially my grandfather, that was like a dad for me, getting a disease that is unhealable, sawing, just to see how he had to suffer, how he, the one that always was like doing extreme sports and like always being on the go and not being able to walk upstairs, but had to crawl upstairs, to fall down, to lose his voice, to just lose all the control over his body when I was only 12, and to know that he will die, especially because I haven't had that deep contact, like emotional contact with my father, because yes, I saw him, of course, frequently. He wasn't living with us, but well, that led too much, and I had like kind of my mom and I, our relationship was complicated, especially because I, as her child, was reflecting a lot about her, which we both didn't know at that time, and I showed her what she didn't like within herself mostly. So of course I triggered her all the time, which made it even more complicated. And I was very, now Lucy is leaving, bye bye. I was very, very, no, I missed the sound of her purring. Oh, she's laying like right here on the desk. Well, she's giving us some space. Yeah, and my grandmother, which I loved a lot, who wasn't my, so my grandfather that got sick was my mom's dad, right? Her mom died when she was like about 18. Which, yeah, we had a lot of history, and after that I was born, or she got pregnant with me, and you know, of course, how would that be easy? Or with a father that couldn't really show love, not mine, but hers, which was my grandpa. He just learned that with his grandchildren, especially with me, because I was very sensitive, and you couldn't be like, you had to mind your words, because otherwise I would be crying, or I was I just I was so different. I was just how I needed to be. So he, of course, sometimes he was strict, but he was really gentle with me, and he gave me the love that I needed from a father figure, like my uncle for a certain time, right? So as I was missing and craving the love from my father, but who was emotionally not really there because he was very young. Both of my parents were only 20 when they became the parents of me. So yeah, I would say that's just kind of other story. So back to my mother, who was, well, also was afraid to lose me kind of to my grandma, who my father, yes, my grandfather, who my grandfather fell in love with after his partner, like my, you could say, blood related grandma. They got divorced before she deceased because their relationship didn't really work out well. But yeah, that's also another story. Let's just say my grandma was everything to me. And my mom was afraid to lose me, because when I saw my grandma, I got so excited. I was lighting up like a Christmas tree, like, oh my god, I just loved her. I felt like the sun just entered my life. And when she was there, I wasn't so afraid to be open to have like this love, this emotional closeness, even though it was hard for me to accept hugs from a certain age because I took on too much as a very sensitive child. As you might know, if you're here watching this, if you're also very, how do we say that in English? Those are the highly sensitive people. I think it's also called HSP. Yeah, the people that just feel everything more intensely than other people might, which are not that many, you know, the people that feel things very intensely, or the energies of others, or just, you know, most of us become people pleasers. Yes. Yes. So you have a little backstory to that. And that's what my cat helped me with a lot. And especially when my grandma died, when my grandpa died, when my other grandma died in a very short time. They were sick for a longer time, but this is also another story for another day. Well, and I don't even know where I started, because I just put on the camera and I started. I just started. It's been such a long time, and I feel like I need to do this reading. It's not really a reading, is it? But just this video, because someone out there needs it. And there is this little bug that is always flying in my face. I don't know, because of the light ring here. Annoying, you know. Yeah, and it's just about being more honest and open and natural, and don't not that much about caring what we feel like we need to be, or we need to be perceived as. I just feel like I could be crying all the time, because just sitting here without a makeup, without all this effort I like to put in, with my hair all messy because I had migraine like the whole day yesterday, until today, just because I was receiving help, and I just realized how stuck I was, how much I've stored within my body, and how with what I'm doing with my body, just because I want to get rid of this pain immediately, like the period, to get rid of the period, just because it's bringing me so much pain and horrible things and situations and circumstances, and I don't get understanding from like environments where I worked. I always had to hide and cope and say like, hey, it's all good, even though I sometimes fainted, or even last year I collapsed in the bathroom in my home when I had like this, I wasn't able to move my right knee, which was really horrible. But hey, help came when I was ready to see something again, because like everything went black. I blacked out, yes, but nothing bad happened, like really. It was the first time I collapsed. And I was afraid. I thought I'm gonna die, because it was also very hot and I couldn't reach. Even the sink was like right there next to me, but I couldn't get up to get water. And my water bottle was almost empty, and it was a really whoa situation. But I was able to call help. I was able to call, and then the ambulance came, and like my mom was all worried. My sister, they thought I'm gonna like die. I said, I'm not gonna die. I just, you know, I don't know what's going on. I was crying so much, but I was also not really there. Those situations just show me that I feel powerless, right? That I don't feel like I have power over my life. I can decide what is good for me, because like this accident I had in work when I actually was in a different country, when I wanted to live my dream because that's what was coming up for me, and then it was just ended. And sorry if I'm talking too fast, it's just the energies are moving so fast. And this is just the same for you, this huge need to share, to be honest, to be vulnerable, to not, you know, have this much extra. It doesn't matter, you know, not at all. And if you feel like doing makeup or like, you know, then that's fine. But if you don't feel like it, then let it be. Why do we always need to try so hard? Why do we always need to be someone we are not? I just don't understand. And I also still have troubles finding a job after my accident, my work accident. It's just nothing is working. And I'm like, confronted, that's the word. Confronted with a lot of old things, like not being fast as the other people, because of my asymmetric head, which also caused an asymmetric brain. Like the brain halves are not the same size, which is now not a problem anymore. But psychologically, there is a difference when it comes to my reaction time, when it comes to how fast I can think, how fast I can do things. My body is just my whole body is not like, you know, a regular human body should be. So it's all how can I explain that? Usually your hips are on the same position, right? Mine are like this. So my whole body is like kind of really like this, you know. And so that for my body always gets kind of a lot of pain, because it has troubles to balance it out. And the less balance I feel internally, the more pain I have. That's what I realize too. Because I'm just not allowing myself to be imperfect. Because this, yeah, Liz is back. Congratulations. She's giving me some comfort, or us. It's just, what I realized is, if I don't fit into this world because I'm too not fast enough at working, or not smart enough in thinking because I'm too slow at thinking or understanding things, it doesn't mean that I'm less capable of doing things, or that I have lesser worth than other people do. That's not it at all. And this is the same for you and everyone. Just because you look different or you smell different, I don't know where that came from, but you know, or you don't have eyebrows or hair or whatever, you don't feel like you're whether male or female. Who cares about it, really? Whatever you feel like, you feel like. And whoever you are, you are. Why do we always need to name it? Why do we always need to claim like, oh, this is good, this is bad? I don't know what is with humanity and society, but like, really, I just feel like crying. And I can like say that all the time, while I also feel the need to pee, because it's just this huge release, this huge energy that is just wanting to be released. We're just wanting to be seen. We're just wanting to be good as who we are. And just because we cannot walk down the path that we want, does this make us worthless? No, not at all. Why would this make us worthless? Like, really, what are you doing? She looks so big, like, really, right? But she's not. I'm just really tall, but she is just very fluffy. I look like small here, but I'm really tall, taller than most women. She's so cute. So sweet. Such a sweet. And yeah, we were saying I could just cry. So why would we not be who we are? Why would we not walk the path that we feel called to? Why not give it a try? Why not go for something? I just realized or recently realized that I have a lot of curls. You cannot see that right now. I mean, you wouldn't say if it's really curls, more like huge waves. And it's like but you can't see that because I was laying on it and like sleeping mostly, or you know, other things when you have migraine, which we don't talk about because we don't wanna talk about it. But most of us know what migraine is about. Most of us know what intense, immense period symptoms are about. And why do we always need to explain how that is and don't get any validation or understanding? Because it all starts within us. See? Everyone's like, no, not at all. What are you talking about? But that's how it is mostly, you know? Yeah, sorry guys, I need to stop the video because I can't hold it anymore. Help me. Oh, what is going on here? What did I do? Hello? I know it's looking a little bit, because I need to place it like a little... Wow, I'm lacking words. Oh, someone is calling me. No, why now? Hey there. Sorry guys, the whole video got turned off, so this is gonna be like a cut in here, like again, but you know, you will see this water sign right here, I think, like says in shot, because I need to edit it with my phone, because usually when I, you know, do videos for myself, or I can see myself, like this, I'm usually recording with my phone because, you know, and then it's a whole video, because I haven't figured out a way yet to make the quality as high as it is with my phone. Yeah. So, little side note. And after this long break that I had to take, because also the battery was out of battery, there was no energy left. This call just, you know, stopped everything. But nothing bad happened, of course. Just another learning lesson. Yay, we got learning lessons in a video. Yeah. Now, across of me, if you're wondering where I'm always looking, is my cat, my first cat, the one that's turning 12, like in 2 weeks, I think. She's home now, and she's sleeping. She was looking at me. And I feel like there's a need to get way more soft with ourselves. I was so excited going back to doing videos. That I was just, yeah, like all energy. Right, and now I feel like very calm, very tired, almost no energy. More like, can't we finish this now? But I felt the need to come back here to not stop what I'm doing fully, but just recharge, eat something, and face the emotions that were coming up, because it just actually happens a lot that my videos, my recordings get interrupted, something happens where I can upload it. It happens a lot. And this is messing with my nerves. Like, because I love what I do. I love recording videos, even though I don't know if anybody's gonna watch it, especially when I'm gonna be gone for such a long time, because there is still this belief within me that says I need to be perfect and I need to be fast, I need to be this and that, you know. But mostly it's about being perfect. But as I said on the podcast with Kate, that we made, like, when was that? I think it was in 2024. Oh my god, already it's already been like 2 years now in May. That is, oh my god. Yes, it was special, but really the beauty lies in imperfection. Like, mostly just how I came here to Earth. It's just about being imperfect, not fitting into this old system or the beliefs that humans mostly do have here. And it's about showing that no matter what we are looking at, it is all about the feels. It is all about the energy. It is not about what you see, but what you feel with your soul. Because there is a difference between feeling like through the ego's filter, through our belief system filter, and actually not having a filter, which is so pure, where it's more like a very, very calm, a voice that is not loud, you know, something that is just not so visible, that you just know. It's about that. It's more about that, I would say so. And I was stressing myself so much with just having all those cool videos that get better, that just say something so kind of people would be pleased, right, with the topics, with what I'm doing, because I never quite knew if anybody is gonna need it, if anybody is gonna get any support from it or help. I just never knew. Sometimes I got some comments, but if you're following me for a longer time now, you know that I rarely get comments. There was one video that went viral, like I think my fourth or fifth video that I ever made, where I got a lot of comments, but it's in German, so yeah, only the ones that will speak German probably know it, or that just, you know, came across this. I think there's even automatic English subtitles, but they are not always correct, as you might know, especially also when it's translated into German, like English videos into German. And well, I would say we are so focused on just how something looks or if it is good enough, and we are destroying the purity and the authenticity of it. Sometimes it just needed to be there fully, right? And sometimes we need to have this extra touch of beauty and like this a little special glow that we can like feel, that we can just create with who we are. Like sometimes it needs that, but right now it needs nothing more than truth, nothing more than vulnerability, like I said before. And there is nothing we can do about it. We need to go through that eventually. Because if we are not facing our feelings or our truth, we're gonna end up like my cat did. I'm sorry that I stopped in the middle of that. I was just in such a flow that I totally forgot. I was more so like telling the side story to the main story a little bit. But since my cat was meowing before I started the second part of the video, the oldest one. I knew, this is what I need to talk about. So as I said, our pets can reflect, especially if we're very close to them. We have a close bond with them. What is going on within ourselves? So what is like happening in the internal, what is mostly present, what wants to be seen, what is calling for us, what wants to be seen, especially just by ourselves. Yeah, you could say just by you. And for my cat, as I said, she was meowing and peeing and like scratching like over all these years. But it got worse last year when I came back from Croatia, when I came back because of my accident, where I had to come back earlier. And as I told you, I had a very, very hard time, especially emotionally. Physically, yes, of course, it was very painful with all this bruises, the broken bone. Everything was swollen and I couldn't bend my knee at all. It was hard, of course, but the pain wasn't that bad. It was more so of the inner pain. And I felt more stuck than ever in the last years. Not more stuck than when I had my depression and my panic attacks, but just kind of stuck in who I was and kind of stuck in who I am becoming. I kind of felt like in this in-between, where do I go now? I had to face my feelings, but I didn't feel free. I couldn't allow myself to be real. I couldn't allow myself to do what I really wanted. And I just wanted to be seen by myself. But this time, I wanted to be seen fully. Like there was this inner part calling me. And my cat, my dear friend, I think I mentioned that once in my videos, a dear friend of mine, a wonderful person I got to meet personally on the Egypt trip in 2024. Her name is Shura. Maybe some of you know her. Maybe she's watching, but I wouldn't say she is. I mean, you could never know, right? But she helped me with my cat because I couldn't understand what was going on. Why is she meowing and vomiting and what is that? Because it was really, 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 really bad. And I was worried, maybe she's sick, maybe, you know, maybe it's her time to go home, kind of. But something within me told me, ask your friend, ask her. And I did. And I don't know why the name of Kay that I made the podcast with is on my mind all the time, but maybe she's watching. Maybe I need to reach out, maybe she needs to reach out, or maybe, yeah, you're watching, then reach out. Yeah, I would love to talk to you again. Yes, there's been so much introspection, you know, and it can't hurt to connect because we never know what it's good for, right? Maybe something wants to be birthed through collaboration sometimes, or just talking. And yeah, so back to the story is that my kid Mina, she wasn't sick, but she was reflecting something so deep. And I can't remember exactly what it was because I will not go out of this app now, so the video will be stopped again. It's been mostly about being free and especially kind of stuck in your emotions, stuck in who you are, kind of stuck in old belief systems and the need to always be perfect. Like there is no room for you to release emotions. There is no room for you to be who you are. My cat just wanted to go outside to release all those stuck energies. And she was just, when you are vomiting, it sometimes can mean that there is so much pent up energy in your belly, so much stuck energy, that there is this huge, you will imagine like a huge ball of energy, because we all know that feelings can get through the stomach. It's not just a myth, it's kind of a fact. We all know that. Sometimes we feel like, oh, when something bad happens, we get stomach ache, and we're like, oh, what is this? It is our emotions, because our emotions kind of run through all of our body, but mostly get stuck there or in our lower belly. Sometimes they get stuck here when we don't speak our truth. Why am I shivering so much? It's so cold right now, but it's not really, really cold. It's not, what's going on? It feels so cold. Oh my god. It's spring, it shouldn't be so cold right now. Maybe it's just energy, cold. Yeah, or maybe my grandma is here. Yes. Yeah, should talk about that too. Good. I have had dreams about my grandma and my grandpa and like my other grandma that passed a few years ago. And they were giving me advice. And I always woke up and I was like, what did I dream about? And it felt like, I don't know, it felt so real, but it was kind of like different. But it felt like they wanted to communicate with me. And we don't need to, Badger said, I don't need to act like, oh, this is so odd. Like, I don't know, but those old belief systems, they're just not needed. They're just, sorry, I just thought there will be an ad because there's music playing in the background. Well, yeah. Everything is moving. Isn't that crazy? Almost falling down. If that isn't a sign, I don't know what is. Yeah, I can see my face is getting more red because some part of me might still be embarrassed about that. But there is no shame that we need to carry. It's okay to feel ashamed, right? It's okay to feel everything that is there. But in any case, there is no need to carry those heavy emotions endlessly. We can feel it, see it, and then let it go. Because it was just there to show us something. Like maybe a wound, maybe a part where we just wanted to be seen. Because we experienced a lot of misunderstanding, misinterpretations, or we just have not been taken seriously, right? That happens a lot, especially to people like us. And first of all, that is okay, because we need that to grow. And this world is by far not perfect. But the more we actually embrace our truth and authenticity, the better it gets for ourselves. Maybe people will talk more, maybe they will talk less. You never know what is gonna come out of it, right? But there is definitely no good coming out of neglecting yourself. You will experience it for yourself, or already have experienced it for yourself. There's just a lot of pain. And this also looks like a huge, like something is stuck, like energy. It's just my swollen thyroid, because I have Hashimoto, and I have this since I was 11 years. Just came online and said, hello there, I'm here now. Let's get through this. And Well, yay. There it was. Yeah, right. Is there anything else wants to be talked about? I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe water is needed because it's so painful for my neck. I don't know why, but this position is just not good. And, Yes, 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 yes. This video is by far not what I wanted it to be. But I want you to receive it. And I feel like it's really important to share our experiences with each other. I'm not saying every teeny tiny bit, but just when we feel called to do so. Because then it's not only for us, then there might be someone out there that needs our story. And what I want you to really feel into, especially today, is wait, let me get this a little bit closer. Is you still see, not really see my eyes, just circles. Oh, okay. It's just yeah, what I just want you to see and feel into is that the world needs your voice too. And whatever you have to give it to the world. Give it to the world because there is no doubt that you are needed. If it comes from a place out of love, just pure love, then it's so needed. If you're here, you know how this world might seem like mostly. And I especially say seem like, because we are getting very, very manipulated in a way that we shall believe that there is so much bad happening and it's even getting worse and there is no saving, but that is just not true. All of this that we are seeing right now especially has always been there, and they just want us to see and feel like we are powerless, we're not important, that our voice doesn't matter, that there is no saving. And the more fear we feel, the more easier it gets to manipulate us, the more we just get into that and just really sit on that feeling and just, it's just not, you need to see that you don't need to be afraid of being manipulated or, or be ashamed, because we all get to experience that from time to time. But I want you to just see that you're far more important and powerful than you might realize. That if you understand that they cannot control you, they cannot control us, there is no stopping. There is just a start, and there might be an ending before that needs to happen, which is needed, which was needed for such a long time, maybe has already been coming into your life, but you were refusing to let it happen, even though like the tower was already crumbling, right? And whatever you feel called by your heart to do, just go for it. We all have fear, but fear shall not control us. We cannot allow the fear to control us. We need to go beyond the fear to see what wonders await us, what beauty lies behind that. I've seen such a beautiful image yesterday when I had my migraine, like the medication was finally working, and I woke up after several hours of sleep because this, oh my god, it was too strong. With migraine, it's already like you're all falling asleep while many other things just too much pain to bear, you know. But yeah, there was this movie. I watched it once. It's such a sweet movie. It's called Alon Spot. And my little sister, who also had fever, was just there, and my mom was there, and they were watching this movie. I was just sitting in there because my soup was cooking outside, so I had some time. And I watched the whole movie with them. The whole movie. And this sweet scene was when Alo, who is a dinosaur, and his father were out there in the beautiful nature, like this wonderful green grass. It looked so kind of like you wanted to bite into it because it was so green and fresh. Tasty. I would never eat grass, I think, but you know. And there was this little firefly, and Alo is afraid of everything, kind of. And this firefly lands on his nose, and his father said, "You just need to breathe." I don't remember his exact words, but he just said that he does not need to be afraid of this little bug. First of all, just breathe. And when he was calmed down, his father made the little bug light up. And Alo was amazed by that. He was like, oh. But he was still afraid. And his father wanted him to move forward because it was all dark, right? Scary. And he was right behind him. And so he took those steps. And he told him that kind of, hey, please don't mind, I don't remember the exact words. Because especially I've watched it in German, so translation barrier. That he needs to kind of not face his fears, but overcome his fears, kind of like forget his fears. And yeah, more like overcome his fears and go ahead. And then his father was there together with him, running through the grass, and all the fireflies flew up in the sky, and everything was light up, and it was really beautiful. Like, you know, you see the sky full of stars, and there are no, you know, like we have all those artificial lights. There was just that, and then all the fireflies, and it was really beautiful. Where he said, you need to overcome your fears to see what beautiful things lie ahead, what wonders kind of lie ahead of you. And that just reminded me that the more we are afraid of something, the more we will never see what beauty kind of lies ahead. What we could experience, we will never know if we stay like inside this safe space where I had like this, like their home, and there was this fence around it, and he never knew more than that mostly. But then his father just wanted him to see that there is more. And yeah. By the way, Alo had lots of fun with the honey fruit glass and all the fireflies flying up. Yes. And for this movie, he developed a lot of things happened, and yeah, it's just amazing how his kind of development was. And he had to go through his journey to see that not everything is as it seems, and well, kind of really, if you like those Disney kids movies, watch that one. It's really sweet. Really sweet. Or maybe your mom might watch it with your kid. Do so. Yeah, right. Sometimes I wonder why I get irritated by certain sounds so much. Really? Do you know that? For example, I never liked the sound of someone chewing very loudly. I never could stand it. It's just horrible for my ears and my nervous system. It makes me nervous, like a lot. And it sounds almost like when my cats are like licking their fur, but really loudly. And it makes me like, whew, really uncomfortable. I don't know. I know a lot of people have this with like loud chewing. It's just, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. Like some people get nervous because of butterflies. I get nervous because of that sound. Just because my cat is like really loudly cleaning herself. I don't know. Someone tell me, please. I would really love to hear that. But I think this video is long enough. 1 hour message is quite enough. I wonder who is gonna watch that. Nobody. No. And if it's just for you, that one person watching, you're welcome. Please go ahead and share your things too. I know you people don't like to comment under my videos, but I would really, really love if you just share whatever you feel like you want to share with me, the community. What is it that you want to do? What dreams do you want to achieve? Oh my, now it's getting really annoying. Hey, Mina. Thank you. Yes. She didn't stop, if you're wondering. She just... No. Yeah. Yes. But that's also one important lesson. Just because someone else is annoyed by what you're doing, don't stop. Be like a cat. Because it's none of their business that other people can't handle your truth or your energy. Except you're actually hurting someone. I feel like that's not good. But we're not talking about like the bad stuff, but just because you're being you authentically with not hurting anyone, you need to stop just because they want you to. Like, what is this? What are you doing? What are we doing? We don't need that. So now, go right down in the comments. Write just what would raise your vibration right now. What you would love doing but are still, or feel like you're still too afraid to do so. What are you afraid to do in this world, but would love to just embody, just to share? And you could never know which kind of wonders you're receiving out of that. Sometimes you might receive learning lessons, which is also a wonder. You realize, oh. And if you don't want to write down those things in the comments, just write it down on a paper, on a notebook, wherever you want to, right? Write it down and just for yourself. But if you feel called to comment down below, I would love to read that. I would love to connect, and you're very brave to do so. Right. Very brave. Yes. And maybe there's someone out there that needs to see that needs to hear what you have to say, or in that case, that maybe wants to connect with you. Because through my YouTube channel, I sometimes talk about that in my videos. I got to meet a lot of very, very wonderful people. I found my friends through kind of YouTube, you could say, because of my bold decisions to just join a community because my heart said so. Said so, let's do it. I was like, no, I'm so afraid. But I did it anyways. I did it with the fear and said, come on, let's just try. We're not gonna die. Right? And sometimes we just need to say to our fear, come on, let's go. I hold you. You're like, ah. And you're like, you got this. We got this. You take your fear by the hand and says, let's go. Yes. And I still need to think about this song that I just kind of started singing today. It went like this, everything. Oh, it was in German. Yes. It wants to be sung. I don't know where it came from. I feel like my grandpa sung it to me. Or I don't know. I think like not this grandma, like my great grandpa from like, I don't know. He was kind of really old when I was born already. Yes. But yeah, let's just sing it, just for the joy of singing, you know? Okay, so in German first. Ich wünschte, ich wär ein Vögelein, dann könnte ich endlich frei sein. Oh, ich wünschte, ich wär ein Vögelein, dann könnte ich endlich frei sein. Doch ich denk, du vergisst etwas, dass du schon immer frei warst. Doch ich denk, du vergisst etwas, dass du schon immer frei warst. And now I will try to translate what I just sang, so the non-German speaking people watching will understand. It's just, you know, still awkward. I don't know why, but it's like this video is like, I don't know, what is this video doing? It's intense and it's messing with me because it's over 1 hour long. But yeah, Okay. Let me think. What was the translation for this word? Maybe drink something. Yes, 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 yes. Good. There we go. With some water, we feel more fresh. Okay. I wish I... Wait. I wish I... What is going on? Help me, guys. The water is stuck in my throat. Interesting. I wish I was a birdie, so I could finally be free. But isn't there something you are forgetting? Oh no. This is not the right translation. Now bear with me. Oh my. I lost the translation. I had it before. And Lucy is sitting here and watching. Oh. Well, it doesn't come to my mind, but Lucy came here and is purring again for us, so she's like the extra sound to this song. But let's just be real. I tried my best. So it would kind of sound like that. I can't remember the exact lyrics that I translated before, but it's kind of like that. I wish I was a birdie, so I could be finally free. But isn't there something you might have been forgetting? Is that you? Yeah. I don't know why it's so hard to sing that. Something that you forgot is that you have been free all along. It's kind of like, it felt like, you know, this wish that we have, like, we wish that we could be a bird so we can be finally free, as we never have been as humans. But then there is this inner voice, kind of the voice of our heart, of our soul, or God, you know. It is saying, but isn't there something you forgot? That you have been free all along. Because freedom isn't defined by the limitations that the outer world puts on us. But it is, you say, it's not just, but it is a feeling, it is internal. If we are feeling free, then freedom is here, right? And that is important. I feel like recording a video has never been more triggering than today's video, to be honest. Especially the time, like everything on it. And I feel like I just don't want to post it. But I know it's needed, and as a wise person said, in this case, it is not about me, but it's about us. And in that case, I need to step back and be okay with not feeling okay about it fully. Because it's still there for a reason. And that reason wants to be shared with the world. The word. Yes, the words and the world. So for whoever needs this, I thank you for receiving it. Like, thank you so much. And Lucy, you also want to say good night and goodbye or good day or whatever. This looks horrible. Isn't she the sweetest? Makes everything better. Yes. You can do almost everything with her. I mean, because she has deep trust. She's usually a little bit shy. But if she likes you and trusts you, oh, she loves cuddling. And she will follow you around everywhere. Whew, this felt like I was burning something. Like, oh my god. I thank you so much, beautiful soul. And I thank myself for holding the space. Did you see that? She was jumping away. She's saying, okay, now let's end this. That was something. Thank you so much for receiving this. Thank you so much for staying with me. Thank you so much for being honest with yourself. And just thank you for watching this video. Thank you for the like you might have given this video. Thank you for commenting if you did so or thinking of doing so. Thank you for your presence and your energy. You're so needed in this world. And let yourself be chaotic, not perfect, because this is what this video is all about. It's about being messy, it's about being human, it's about being something we might get triggered by just seeing. And we need that. I need that. You need that. We all need that. The world needs it. Because we are so done with being perfect. Because we are not machines. We are humans. And we need to stop. We need to allow ourselves to be who we are. Truly. And that is also to be so freaking beautiful in our own chaos and imperfections. So, this is it. Thank you so much, my beautiful souls. I wish you all the best. May you always be blessed. And so, may I bless myself too. Bye bye.